He has everything: money, status, influence, options. He walks into a room and people notice. He's used to getting what he wants when he wants it. He's built a life that most people would envy, a life that opens doors and commands attention. He's the one who is usually pursued, the one who holds the power, the one who can take or leave anyone without a second thought. And then there's you. You're not impressed, not by the surface, not by the show, not by any of it, and it's driving him absolutely insane. Let me pause here for a moment. I want you to think about what it feels like to be completely unbothered by someone who is used to being the center of attention. It's not arrogance on your part. It's not that you're playing hard to get or trying to manipulate him. You just genuinely don't care about the things that he thinks should impress you. You see through the facade. You see the man behind the image. And that's something he's not used to. He's been surrounded by people who are easily dazzled, people who are drawn to his accomplishments, his possessions, his status, people who want something from him. But you've never been one of those people. From the very beginning, you've looked at him like he's just another human being. You've held him accountable. You've called him out. You've refused to be swayed by the things that usually work on everyone else. And here's the thing, he can't figure you out. He's spent so much of his life being able to read people, to know exactly what they want and how to give it to them in exchange for their admiration. But with you, the equation doesn't work. Nothing he offers seems to move you, and it's eating him alive. I want to go deeper into what's actually going on in his head, because this is not just about ego. It's about genuine confusion mixed with a growing obsession. He's used to being the one in control, the one who sets the pace, the one who decides when things begin and end. But with you, he feels like he's constantly off balance. He can't predict you, he can't manipulate you, and that scares him even as it draws him in. He's been thinking about you constantly, not in a casual, passing way. He's been replaying your interactions, analyzing your words, trying to figure out what you really think of him. He's been wondering if you secretly find him impressive but just don't show it. He's been hoping that there's something he can do, some gesture he can make that will finally crack that calm exterior and make you see him the way everyone else sees him. But the more he tries, the more you remain unfazed, and that only makes him try harder. Now, let's be honest about something. There's a part of him that is genuinely drawn to your authenticity. Yes, his ego is bruised. Yes, his pride is wounded. But underneath all of that, there's a deep respect for you. You're not like anyone else he's ever met. You don't pretend. You don't perform. You don't play games. You are who you are, and you refuse to be anything else. That quality is rare. He knows it, and that's part of why he can't let you go. Even though you frustrate him, even though you confuse him, even though you make him question everything he thought he knew about himself, he's more drawn to you than ever. Here's what I need you to understand. This isn't about you trying to impress him or win him over. You've already won him over. The very thing that's driving him crazy, your lack of interest in his status, is exactly what's making him fall for you. Because it tells him that you're not after his money or his connections or his influence. You're after something real. And he wants to be that for you. He wants to be seen as more than just his accomplishments. He wants to be valued for who he is underneath all the layers. And you're the only one who's ever made him feel like that's possible. But here's where it gets complicated. He's not used to being vulnerable. He's not used to showing his weaknesses or admitting that he needs someone. He's spent years building walls, constructing an image that keeps people at a distance. And now, with you, those walls are starting to crumble, and it terrifies him. He doesn't know how to approach you without his armor. He doesn't know how to be real when he's spent so long being a performance. So he does what he knows best. He tries to impress you. He tries to show you what he has. He tries to make you see all the reasons why you should want him, but it's not working. And that's the best thing that could have happened. Because eventually, when he realizes that his usual tactics will never work on you, he's going to have no choice but to be real. He's going to have to drop the act and show you who he actually is. And that's when everything will change. Let me talk about the dynamic that's been playing out between you, he's been pursuing, and you've been staying in your own lane. He's been trying to get your attention, and you've been focused on your own life. He's been wondering why you're not impressed, and you've been wondering why he's trying so hard. That contrast is the foundation of what's building between you. It's creating a tension that neither of you can ignore, and it's bringing things to a head. I want you to consider something. He has everything, but he doesn't have what really matters. He has all the external markers of success, but he's missing the internal peace that comes from being truly seen and truly accepted. And that's what you represent to him. You represent the possibility of something deeper than what he's been settling for. So when he looks at you and sees that you're not impressed, it's not just his ego that's wounded. It's his hope that you might be different. And that hope is what keeps him coming back. Now, what do you do with all of this? You stay exactly as you are. Don't try to impress him. Don't try to play his game. Don't pretend to be more interested than you are. The thing that's driving him crazy is your authenticity. If you change that, you lose the very thing that makes you special to him. Be yourself. Keep your boundaries. Let him come to you. And when he does, don't be swayed by the show. Look for the man behind the mask, because that's the man who's falling for you. He's going to reach out again. I'm sensing it strongly. And when he does, it's not going to be about what he can offer you. It's going to be about who he is. He's going to let his guard down in a way he's never done before. He's going to admit that he's not as confident as he seems. He's going to tell you that you scare him and that he can't stop thinking about you. And you'll know in that moment that the wall has finally cracked. Don't be surprised if he comes with a different energy. He might be softer. He might be more hesitant. He might not have all the smooth words he usually relies on, and that's okay. That's the real him trying to find his way to you. You have all the power here. You don't need to use it against him. You just need to hold it with grace. Because the man who has everything is realizing that he can't buy your attention. He has to earn it. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. You've done nothing but be yourself. And that's been enough to bring someone who thought he had everything to his knees. Let that sink in. Let me go even deeper into what's happening beneath the surface. Because this isn't just about him being frustrated that you're not impressed. This is about him being confronted with something he's never had to face before. The possibility that he might not actually be enough. His whole life, he's built his identity around what he has, what he's achieved, what he's accumulated. And he's used that to feel secure in himself, to feel worthy of love and admiration. But when he's with you, all of that falls away. You don't care about any of it. And suddenly, he's left standing there with nothing to hide behind. That's terrifying for him. It's like being stripped bare in front of someone who can see right through him. And at the same time, it's liberating because for the first time, someone is seeing him, not the image. And that's what he's secretly been craving all along. He's also been watching you. I'm picking up that he's been observing how you interact with other people, how you treat those who have less than him, how you handle yourself in difficult situations. And everything he sees only confirms what he already suspects, that you're someone of real substance. You're not just not impressed by his stuff. You're genuinely grounded in who you are. And that's a quality that money can't buy and status can't replicate. You've also made him question things about himself that he's never questioned before. Why does he need all of this external validation? Why does he need people to be impressed by him? What would happen if all of it was taken away? These are questions he's avoided for years, and you've brought them to the surface just by being yourself. That's powerful. That's unsettling. And it's also the beginning of his transformation. I want to talk about what happens next because the energy is shifting rapidly. He's been holding back, trying to maintain his composure, trying to act like your indifference doesn't bother him, but it's eating him alive, and he's about to break. The walls he's built are cracking, and soon they're going to come down completely. When that happens, he's not going to come to you with a flashy gesture or a grand display. He's going to come to you with vulnerability. He's going to say things he's never said to anyone else. He's going to admit that he's scared, that he doesn't know how to do this, that he's never had to work for anyone's attention before. And he's going to ask you, maybe for the first time in his life, to just give him a chance. Now you get to decide how to respond. You don't owe him anything, and you certainly don't owe him your heart just because he finally decided to be real. But if you feel something for him, if you see the person behind the performance, then maybe it's worth exploring. Just remember that a changed man isn't built in a day. Transformation takes time, consistency, and effort. He has to prove that he's not just saying what you want to hear, but actually becoming someone different. And you have to protect yourself in the process. Don't lower your standards just because he's finally meeting them. Don't settle for less than you deserve just because he's trying. If he wants to be with you, he has to show up consistently, not just when it's convenient or when he's feeling vulnerable. But I also want to say this. If you've been wondering whether this connection is real, whether there's something there worth holding on to, the answer is yes. The energy between you is undeniable. The way he's been shaken to his core by your presence is evidence that this isn't just a passing infatuation. There's something deeper at play, something that goes beyond ego and attraction. There's a soul level connection that's been brewing, and it's about to come to the surface. So what do? You keep being you. You stay grounded. You stay centered. You don't let his intensity or his vulnerability sway you into something you're not ready for. You take it one day at a time, and you let him prove himself. And if he does, if he really steps up and becomes the man he's been hiding all along, then you'll know it was always meant to be. But if he falls back into old patterns, if he can't sustain the change, then you'll have your answer. And you'll walk away knowing that you were never the one who lost out. He was. This is a powerful moment in your journey. The man who has everything is realizing that the only thing he actually wants is something he can't buy. Your genuine, unfiltered, unimpressed attention. And that's not a demand you're making. That's just who you are. And it's enough. It's more than enough. It's everything. Hold your ground. Stay true to yourself. The rest will follow. I'll see you in the next reading.